Matthew's Beloved here for NYC Metal Scene. I'm here with Barney from NAPALM DEATH. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
My friend, how are you?
Good, man. Just I appreciate you taking the time to check me out. Before we start, I remember I've seen you play back in like 1990, 91 here in Manhattan, and I was with I was with two girls I was dating at the same time, and I had 5 other people packed into my car. I'll show you a picture later, but it was a 71 Chevelle. That was one of the best shows I've ever seen. Especially when it was great, just made me feel like, yeah, so it was cool. Yeah. So I've been a big fan for a while. So let's just jump right into it. So Napalm Death. Okay, so I know you guys are very political. So what do you think, what do you attribute to Brexit, the whole about conservative leaders coming to power, such as the Prime Minister in England, and now the newly elected president right now? And why do they feel like they can act a role as a demigod, as like a political figure that takes advantage of people's fears?
Yeah, I mean, essentially that's what a lot of it's based on is fear.
Right.
The Brexit thing, I think, was something that really actually didn't need to happen, and actually people didn't understand. I think for the large part what they were voting against,
right,
or for sometimes, in all fairness. But yeah, it's a funny old situation. It seems to me that the UK has become a little bit bitter and a little bit sort of. It used to be. Of course, those things have always been there on the surface. Yeah. But it's more widespread now.
Right.
And England used to feel quite inclusive in a lot of ways, the UK, but it's kind of not really.
It seems
it's got a little bitter, and it's not. It's kind of a bad feeling in the air, you know. No,
Go ahead, man. You want, while you're walking by, I will step up and grab my drink.
I'm gonna walk by.
Okay. Intermission, people walking by. We're backstage with Napalm Death. So we were speaking about why there's a rise of like this nationalism, almost like a white pride. It's like
I wouldn't take it quite that far. I mean, it is that way with some people.
Right, absolutely. Not everyone. Not everyone's
going to have that element, you know. But I do find it curious, though. You know, I do find it curious of why now. You know, it is quite curious, but I mean, I think there's been a lot of lies told.
Yeah, absolutely.
About refugees, you know, and what they're supposedly, you know, that it's going to be a disastrous
wave of,
but I don't think
wave of crime, like terrorism and whatnot like that.
It's people, you know, largely with the same concerns that we have, and well, worse actually, because the situation that they're in
is dire.
It's dire.
Absolutely, and it seems like, I mean, and it's like you said, it's not just limited to England, the United States.
No, it's not exclusive to
one country. I mean, in fact, the election that just happened right now, Secretary Clinton actually won the popular vote, so it was split half and half. But it seems like President-elect Trump was playing on people's fears that they're losing their jobs to immigrants. And
I mean, when I looked at some of his policies, you know, the proposals, it's like everything had a scapegoat.
Right, yes.
It wasn't one that was just a policy, you know, for a positive thing. It was there was a scapegoat to legitimise it.
And I think a little bit of that was to try to get the vote of people in the middle of America who feel like they've been ignored, their voice has been ignored.
And that's not right either. If anybody is getting left behind, the whole point of having an equal society is to bring everybody
together. Right. Not to alienate someone from a different race or sexual orientation.
Yeah, but even the people who feel left out in the middle, they shouldn't be left out either.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he comes. It's the oddest thing. I mean, you know, I've known plenty of people who voted for Trump, and I can understand they didn't want Secretary Clinton and her family to be in power again, and that's a valid argument. You know, we can sit here and argue till the dogs come home. But when he was saying, I have the greatest jobs plan, when he didn't have anything concrete, he was just selling people a bill of goods.
Anything concrete. He's not the answer, man. You know, he's not the answer, because if your outlook on life for the people that are around you is that you want a world where more people, people are not left behind in general. Everybody has a chance to live a happy and dignified life. Then Trump is anything but an answer, you know. And I think that it's just if that's the way the world's going, then there's really not a bright future.
It's not a bright future, and you know what I think as well, like, it's like a pendulum. So we had 8 years of supposedly a more progressive president, but if you really look at it, he didn't do anything too much different.
Well, I think here's the thing, like, here's one thing that's absolutely integral to an America that moves forward. Is a national health system,
right? Yeah,
a public healthcare system, because we have that in the UK,
right?
And whilst it's not absolutely 100% perfect, nothing ever is. But everybody, every human being deserves basic, well, not even basic health coverage, but basically, if you are taken ill, you deserve to be treated and cured,
and not lose your home in the process, or not lose the ability or lose the ability.
You shouldn't have to pay for healthcare. I don't, me personally, I don't believe in private healthcare.
It's ridiculous how much profit is made off of human suffering in the United States.
Think about that concept in a so-called civilized world when people make profit on people's health. You know what I mean?
People's suffering. It's not the person's fault they develop cancer or something.
And this pre-existing condition bullshit, where basically health providers can decide whether the condition that you're meant to be being treated for is somehow attributed to this other condition, and very often the link is fucking tenuous, if non-existent.
It is.
That's the only one thing that I read out of Trump's, like,
he wants to keep
that's the only one thing that
so that's one of the so I'm hoping that maybe he was just really ramping up the rhetoric to really.
But see, the problem is, this is a corporate billionaire, who on the first level is anti-union.
Right. Yes.
Like, and that in terms of people's voice at the lower levels is it's not compatible.
Right. Yeah.
It's not compatible. If you're talking about giving people a voice, those on the bottom, the last thing you do is get rid of trade unions. As we call them in the UK, because that's one of the only voices that people have. So he can stand there all day and say, I'm for the people at the bottom. He's really not.
He's not. And I don't understand why people buy that hook, line, and sinker. I mean, the man was born into an enormous wealth.
I mean, all this anti-establishment.
Not only that, his parents are immigrants.
Exactly.
So this young woman is saying that his parents are immigrants and whatnot. We're here at NYC Metal Scene.
It's just that. It's just the fact that middle Americans are just so disconnected that their only way of life is actually reality TV. So they don't really see the difference between American Idol and electing someone for office.
So it's kind of.
It's really become so disillusioned that it's fucking disgusting.
See, the thing that really made me laugh about it is that Trump makes himself out to be like anti-establishment and stuff. He's a corporate fucking billionaire. How is that anti-establishment? That's about as establishment.
And I'm not sure if you're familiar, but November 28th is his court case with the Trump University.
If he's treating people so well, try treating the fucking workers that were on strike outside Atlantic City.
Absolutely.
Okay, is that your example of treating people well? Off, man.
So I mean, unfortunately, we're gonna have to see what happens. Hopefully, he's a little bit more moderate. I mean, they just named his chief strategist Bannon, the gentleman from Breitbart. He's very alt-right, and so a little bit scary. So we will see. We will see. I'm saying I was raised. All right. The person you were voting for lost. All right. You shake their hand. You wish them luck, but you still want to be diligent and make sure that he doesn't screw over regular people and whatnot like that. So, all right, well, one more quick question. Let's keep it a little more lighter. So, I love Apex Predator, man. Really cool tune, cool album. I love Stunt Your Growth, and I love Apex Predator as well, man. Awesome album. Real quick, how do you choose? How do you decide what songs go on? Like, what's your songwriting process?
I mean, all you basically do is you pick the ones that you personally feel will be the strongest ones.
Okay.
But that doesn't always mean that they're always there. You try and play a bit of everything.
So do you have, so I think there's about 13, 14 tracks or something like that on the album, roughly? So did you have a lot more tracks to this song to decide from? Or you really did?
Pick from a solid like 20 plus.
Wow, okay. What about the ones you didn't choose from?
Well, we kept them for other things.
Okay.
Extra tracks or singles.
Extra tracks, okay. So they're not going to go.
No, they already have been.
Okay, so
they're going to come out already.
Excellent. So, you know what? This has been an excellent interview. I really
no problem. Yeah.
I really appreciate
I like seeing an interviewer that drinks while he works.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, I could put them away with the best of them. I mean, I'm Polish. My last name's Blevitz, but I have a little Irish inside of me, and my favorite drink is Guinness as well. So I could certainly hold my liquor with the best of them. But before I sing, I never really drink until I'm on stage. So we're here in Manhattan. Napalm Death's going on tonight. I wish you guys luck. The album is awesome, and thank you so much as well. Thank you so much. Nationalism for NYC Metal Scene. Yeah!